Alrighty. Okay. Let's start this thing. Okay. That seems to. Oh, it says live and excellent. Let's do this shit. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Like you see, I'm rusted as hell. Last time I did any kind of streaming, I was streaming YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook at the same time. And I was not using OBS. But since then, things have changed. Like you'll notice the background is different. That is because I moved. And to top it off, I've ditched Windows since about December because I was tired of the bloatware that Windows had become, and I've been going in and out of Linux since about 1995, but never really gaming in Linux. But I don't know if you've noticed, but Valve, which owns Steam, has made a huge development with Proton, and it makes running Windows game in Linux practically flawless. So just to give you an example, this game that I'm playing right now is a Windows game, and I'm running that on Linux with Proton enabled, and to me it's playing flawlessly. Now I don't know. Sorry, NPC. No, but nothing is here. So yeah, I don't know what it's gonna turn out to in the stream, but to me it's running very well. And also since then my internet connection has been dramatically increased. Like now I have 3 gigabits up and down. So like internet wise, this latency and everything is awesome. The only problem is I don't know how OBS and Linux is gonna take all that. Like I still have a very powerful computer. Like my 3950X is still a beast of a computer. And I got plenty of RAM and everything, so. So yeah. American Truck Simulator. Version 1.59. So the next thing is tomorrow they're launching oh god damn it. How do I cancel cruise control? Alright, I have to remap that. How did I cancel cruise control before? I think it's when I was holding B. Let me try that again. If I hold B, it doesn't. Something's wrong, Mr. Wong. Let's go here. And then we're looking for cancel cruise control. So that's resume. I guess it would be C to cancel. Because that's to resume. There's no cancel. I guess it was B. Okay. Let's try that. Yep, that works. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, I gotta get to at least level 20. I'm level 20. I got 3 levels before I can get the VNL. And it will be the VNL 840, I think it is, because I can't get the 860 before level 26 or 25. So currently this is the VNL 860, but the 2018 version, I think it is. Still my favorite in the game. Like when I did my CDL, I used the 2014 version. That was the truck I learned my CDL in. So I fell in love with Volvo right then. And you know, if ever I go back to driving trucks and own a truck, I would most probably go for a Volvo again. Because they are awesome trucks. And the engine brake on them is super powerful compared to others. They have a proprietary technology, and it's super effective. I don't know if they use like an engine brake and a retarder at the same time, or I don't know how they do it, but their engine brake is so powerful compared to other vendors that, you know, like see, this is the engine brake. It slowed me down. I never hit the brakes there. There's adaptive cruise control in the game, but I don't like it because it jerks too much. Oops, sorry. Changing lanes there. I won't most probably be able to finish this trip. Probably your stream after supper there, but I just wanted to test the stream out just to see what it looked like. Another game that I really love is Star Citizen, but Star Citizen right now is also a big, there's a big patch coming. It's coming today, but because there's a big free event coming tomorrow, it's a free flight event. So the game's going to lag as fuck, but they're also, with the patch 4.8, they're doing a full wipe. And I'm pretty much sad about that because, like, I know it's for cheaters and all that did a lot of duping and so on. But if they, you know, some sources say they will and some say they won't delete the Wicklow ships. And I have a lot of Wicklow ships, like I have a Polaris and F7, F8, and so on. So I would lose a lot of stuff. And I had also a lot of loot that I'm losing. Everything I crafted, I will lose. So the only thing that is guaranteed that we keep is what we pledged, and also the blueprints we unlocked, which are account bound. But it's not sure if the Wicklow ships are going to stay or not. But we lose executive hangar ships. So I have a F8C from there. I had a Cutlass Black, and I had a F7M, I think. Super Hornet Mark II, something like that. I prefer the other one, which is the Wicklow, because it comes with a turret with missiles on it. So it's a little bit more, and it's got one more shield, I think. Even if the ship can only use 2. I guess it's for redundancy. But yeah. This setup I have in this 2018 Volvo is pretty much efficient. Like if you look at the bottom here, I'm averaging 8.7 miles per gallon, which is pretty good. And that's driving, you know, like I'm always driving too fast or over the limit most of the time. So I'm not really good on the petroleum. So I'm anxious to see what will be the efficiency of the new VNL with the new engine, with the new transmission and everything. I'm anxious to see how good it is for, like, will we finally be able to go above 10 miles per gallon? That'd be crazy. Because this new generation of vehicle is like so much more efficient now, and the price of diesel is so high that you have to account for that. So a lot of carriers go for trucks like this, the Cascadia and so on, just to save on fuel, and usually the truck pays itself within not even 2 years because of this fuel saving. You know, like if you compare that to like a flat nose, like a Kenworth W900, or you know, like a whatever, you know, anything that whole generation trucks that go at maybe 5 miles per gallon. So if you're doing 10 miles a gallon, that's 100% more efficient. So if the same trip costs you half the fuel, instead of $3,000 to fuel it up, if you only need 1,500, you know, that's a good saving. So it adds up. Yeah, my stream is very, very stable, it seems. Like, I'm anxious to see it. That's why I don't want to go too deep, just in case it's like chopping like fuck and I don't notice. So I'll have to review this after and see how it played, and see if I need to tweak my settings or so on, or the audio. Oops. Yeah, we got 9 hours before we fall asleep at the wheel. I got 16 hours left on my trip at this pace, and I got 51 hours to complete the job. So that's more than enough. But yeah, in a few hours we're gonna, when it's about 4 hours left of sleep, that's usually where I look for my next pit stop. In the US, there's a lot of truck stops compared to in Canada. Like my province where I'm at, Quebec, that's a big problem, is to find valid rest area, and the laws are pretty much the same as in the US, where you're only allowed 13 hours of driving, and you must rest. Your workday is a total of 16 hours maximum, and you have, look at this fucking cunt. That's why I turn off damage. Like, this NPC is so stupid. The AI in this game sometimes, it makes no sense. Like, drivers are erratic, or they like insurance fraud or something. Jesus Christ, you just cut me off so badly. Setup, when I go up steep hills, I lose a lot of power, and that was not much of a hill, and I wasn't able to maintain my 75 miles an hour, which is nuts. And that's 120 kilometers an hour about. Almost 120, 118 about. That's pretty fast. That's not the fastest Texas has some 80 miles per hour zone, so that's 130 kilometers an hour. Like the fastest places we have in Canada is 100 kilometers an hour or 60 miles an hour. People have been debating a long time to bring that up on certain highways to at least 120, which would make sense. Don't make me stop here, please. God. Watch out. I'm a douchebag driver. And then this guy. And then I just cut off 2 trucks. Motherfucker. £67,864. That is fat. Yeah, I'm not even gonna wait to sleep there. I'm gonna just park it right here on the side of the road, and then I'm gonna go eat my supper and come back later. There we go. All right. Let's stop these. Bye-bye.